A lot of people have been cheated and they have not been able to get the best out of real estate investment. This is due to the fact that whosoever may be representing them, in their real estate transaction may lack, the basic skill of negotiation. Negotiation is one paramount factor and an important thing that determines if you are going to get the best out of that real estate investment. So on today's episode, I'm going to be talking extensively on how to negotiate the best real estate investment, to get the best deals, to get the best offers, and obviously to end in a win-win situation. Do well to subscribe. I'll be back immediately after this short timeout. Don't go nowhere. You're welcome back. I'm Adejari and this is Property Matters. In case you are a returning subscriber, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you for staying tuned, and of course, I'm glad to have you. If you are a new subscriber, consider to join us by subscribing, turning on your notification bell so that when I drop insightful and educative videos like this, you will not miss out on this. Without wasting further time, let's just quickly go to the content of today. Like I said initially, the business of real estate in Lagos, Nigeria is very, very complicated. And the complication is due to the fact that we have different actors, we have different vendors. And because of the fact that the price is not regulated, it is very important to understand that negotiation is an important tool that can help you maximize the best out of your real estate investment. When I talk about the power of negotiation, the experience of your realtor is very key. And that is why today I'm going to be sharing some important tips that can help you, negotiate the best real estate deals here in the beautiful city of Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and different parts of the state. Now, let's quickly go to the topic. Now, if you want to negotiate and get the best out of your next real estate investment, the first and the most important thing you need to do is that you need to know what you want. Now, the power of decision is very critical because you see, your decision will put your real estate advisor in a vantage position to adequately represent you and, of course, project your interest in that transaction. Now, when I say know what you want, now because of the fact that we have different vendors, we have different markets, we have different activities, a whole lot of real estate investors might be confused, and making a decision is very paramount on knowing what you want. What exactly do you want? Is it a 4-bedroom fully detached duplex? Do you want an apartment? Do you want a bungalow? Is it a land? What kind of land do you want? So knowing what you want basically will put your realtor in a beautiful situation or in an advantageous situation to start the proper negotiation. The next thing you also need to do is that you need to do your research. Now, doing your research basically helps you to understand what is the market trends, what are the property value, doing a comparative analysis of prices. Then you also help you to, the knowledge of this will help you to make, good offers to the real estate developer. Now, you see, the knowledge of the market basically will put you in a position where you can stand your ground and get the best. You see, in the Nigerian real estate, this competition level is very high. And this is why you need to understand that in some cases, there are different people who may also, be interested in that property. So the knowledge of the industry or the knowledge of, the comparative advantage will help you present what a good and, of course, an irresistible offer to the developer. So the next thing you also need to do, which is very critical, is that you need to build a rapport with the seller. Now, when I'm talking about building a rapport with the seller, many people don't understand that when it comes to the business of real estate, Nigerians are very, very sentimental when it comes to the issue of sales. Now, when I talk about sentimental, in as much as fact that I am not, a person who talks about or put more emphasis on tribalism, building good rapport on with this developer or the seller will put you in a good position. And now, from building a good rapport, the seller will be in a better position to adequately identify if you are truly interested in the property. And of course, you can create a goodwill that can facilitate, okay, a very, very meaningful interaction and conversation that can, of course, facilitate the process of you getting the best out of the investments. Now, a lot of people have said basically that I don't want to have direct contact because I don't want a situation whereby the seller will be disturbing me and when are you making payment. But of course, there are different ways, okay, by which you can build a rapport, which is very, very important. So when you have or we have built an interaction with, okay, the seller, it will put you in a good disadvantage, okay, to get the best deal. Something happened recently where we were negotiating a plot of land for a diasporan investor, and something happened. The seller, as at that time, was insisting on, you know, some amount of money, insisting that if the buyer cannot do this amount, this is how I want to do my deal. If you don't want to pay, we will refund you. But do you know that as intelligent as, you know, this particular real estate investor is, he was able to go into history, you know, he was able to, you know, find a common ground, telling the, you know, the seller that, fortunately for them, they found out that they did what, you know, they attended the same university. That obviously also spiced up, you know, the conversation. And after a long conversation, we were able to hit a common ground, and that was how that particular transaction was concluded. So building a rapport sometimes also helps you to facilitate and of course puts you in an advanced position where you can negotiate a price that is suitable for you. Then the next thing you also need to do basically is that you need to set up a budget. Now, there have been instances whereby a lot of people want to buy property and their budget basically does not, or may not be able to afford that kind of property. Now, when you have a budget and you're willing to stick with it, it helps the process of negotiation to be achieved as fast and as soon as possible. Well, what do I mean by that? Now, I've seen instances whereby some people will say, okay, I want a 4-bedroom fully detached in Lekki Phase 1. This is my budget. Now, the moment you have been able to establish a budget and your willingness to stick with the budget, it will help even some of us real estate practitioners not to even, waste our time chasing shadows. Now, having a budget help us to know what we can work with. It will even help us, to facilitate the discussion and the conversation with the real estate developer. So knowing your budget and willing, to stick with it is very, very important. The final and the most important thing basically is that you need to work with time. Now, if you are active, in the luxury market, you will understand basically that anything that has to do with houses, apartments, duplexes is time related. And sometimes what happens is that they handle or respond to requests based on what first come, first serve. So you need to understand basically that timing is of important factor when you are negotiating real estate investment or real estate or any property of your choice in Lagos. So this is why you need to put this into consideration when you are negotiating the deal. And the most important of all is that when you are able to do and put all these things into consideration, you should also stick with the contract agreement. Now, this is one of the things, I've been having challenges recently because some of the people that we have helped, to negotiate favorable deals, to, get the best real estate investment are defaulting. And when they have cases of default, you put us in a difficult situation to defend and of course secure that property. In my previous point, I said that the business of real estate is time related and it's always on the basis of first come, first serve. Now, when you are not working with time and you are not sticking to the payment agreement or the contract agreement that you have with the seller, you have put yourself in a position whereby your deal may be lost. And now when it comes to the issue of refund, you also need to understand basically that when you have paid a real estate developer, it becomes sometimes extremely difficult for them to give you the money in batches or as you have paid, because in most cases what most of them do is that the money they have realized from that sale of the property, most of them invest it in another project. So when it comes to the issue of refund, most real estate investors expect them, okay, I paid this money once, why is it paying me in batches? Why is it creating a payment plan? Blah blah blah. They're real estate investors. You need to understand basically that refund, most times your money has been invested in another project, so sometimes it becomes extremely difficult, okay, for them to pull that large sum of money and pay you as you both have agreed. So timing and sticking to the contract is very, very important. These are the most important thing, okay, to put into consideration when you want to negotiate a favorable real estate investment. Now, a lot of people have been asking us questions about can you help us do all these factors? Can you help us protect our interests over time? I've said it in some of my videos that I manage real estate investment portfolio, most especially for those who are in the diaspora. And the reason why I'm saying this is due to the fact that we have been able to create a system that can effectively enable us, okay, to monitor your project. See, there are times that we have dedicated to project inspection, ensuring that the best and quality materials, and that's basically for those who are bought into off-plan projects. We regularly give development updates, and of course we give an assessment on what we think about that project. So these are some of the things and some of the services we are rendering. So if you want to do your real estate investment and you feel that you want to work with us, these and many more are the important things that we are going to do for you. A very big thank you to everybody that followed us. A very big congratulations to those who are interested in some of our properties. For those who have run inspection for, we want to say thank you for making our time. We can't wait to see you move into this beautiful apartment of yours. For those who are wondering, can I work with these guys? Can they help me secure the best? Trust me, we are the best. All these skills that I've just outlined, or those these simple procedures that I've just outlined in today's topic, these and many more are what we have been doing to get to the best and the best real estate deals for our investors. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye for now.